guys, welcome back to the In the Meadows podcast. I'm your host, Zaina Patel, and here I'm joined by...
Hi guys, I'm Hiba.
Hi guys, I'm Lamisa.
I also want to say, you guys are obviously watching this podcast now on our Judgemeadow community YouTube channel, but you guys can also listen to it on iHeartRadio.
And if you guys haven't noticed, we're in a new setup today. We're in a different room, and instead of having one camera, we've got 3 filming us.
We also have 3 mics, which we'd like to thank Radio Ramadan for lending to us. Once again, a big thank you for always supporting us and helping us.
Thank you. So let's introduce our topic for today. It's one living world, one living planet. So we have 3 different topics that we'd like to talk about, 3 different branches about this.
And they're all really important, one just as big as the other.
So the first one we want to start off with is unity and the sense of community. Now, I want to start off with the strapline that Lamisa actually created, that our school, we're not just a school, we are a community, and I think that has a big link to like everything that we're going to talk about in this topic. So let's just start off with one of the things that we talk about a lot in school, about being kind and respectful.
Yeah, really big factor of anybody's life, honestly.
Yeah, it's every time you watch an assembly, it's the first thing that you're going to see on the slideshow because it's one of our ethos.
And I think it's a big thing to make sure that we all 100%. Feel united and stuff.
Yeah,
everyone respects each other.
And especially in a school like Judgemeadow, I feel like a lot of the students here are kind. All the teachers, they're all kind to each other. We all respect each other. And it's such a diverse school as well. It's just such a good way to just see so many other people, interact with other people. It's amazing.
And I want to go back to what you said about like diversity. Like we have our culture day, and I think 100%. That also links to respect, because we respect everyone's like culture and diversity on culture day.
And you would think that it'd be like something like you just want to see one people with your flag.
Yeah,
it's like you visit people from all over the world. We've had people from Ukraine, Russia, China. There's so many different people in this world. It's crazy.
And I think it also links back with another one of our ethos, which is being proud of who we are. Because on culture day, everyone's so proud to show who they are and where they come from.
No, I agree. 100%. And also we do have a lot of events in school, like I mentioned winter show at the start.
Charity events, to be specific.
Exactly.
We do a lot of charity with our school.
Yeah. Would you like to mention some of the ones?
We had the Turkey and Syria appeal that we did the fun day for.
Yeah.
The Moroccan earthquakes.
Yeah, that was for the fun day. Yeah.
Sorry, I got mixed up.
It's okay.
But yeah, and then we also have our Children for Gaza thing that we're doing now, which again, if you buy your winter show tickets, all the money that you buy, all that money will go to the children in Gaza.
Yeah, and it's always a wonderful show.
Yeah, it's you guys helping them, so it's really important.
Of pride for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel.
So yeah, we do. Being charitable is another way to feel like community as well. There's a lot of like community events that we've done, like Fun Day, which helps us feel united and like as one as a community.
100%, yeah.
And I think friends and family. I know this doesn't really have a big link to school, but also our friends and family make us feel like. Exactly, make us feel like we're part of something.
Yeah, and I think that's really important to feel like you're a part of something. Even the clubs at school, we have a lot, like the podcasts that we do, it makes us feel part of something, which I think is really important.
And if you have your family support, I promise you guys, you can get so many places
even friends.
In life.
Yeah.
Friends and family, surround yourself with the people you love, because honestly, we only live once. We only live once, and you want to make the most of your life. So surround yourself with people that you know support you, are there for you, people who make you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
And always respect your neighbours.
100%.
I think not just neighbours and the people who live around you, but just people
in general
around you, like
100%.
People in your class.
Respect is like one of the biggest things. I think through primary until secondary, I've just had, not even primary, like since I was a baby, I've just had everybody go on about respect, because I feel like respect is something, when you give it, you gain it. Yeah. And I feel like it's just such an important factor of life.
No, it's true. And I think we also need to be grateful that we live in a country that has, like, it's peaceful, that we have unity. You know, we all even though people in the school, we're all different to each other, we all care for each other.
The fact that we all wake up in the morning and we have something to eat, to drink.
Exactly.
We have clothes to wear. We have places to be. We have a car that we can drive. Well, our parents can drive because we can't drive, but we have a car. But it's all of those things. They just add up, and you don't realize how much of a difference they make to our lives.
Things that we take for granted.
100%. But if you go like somewhere else where they don't have water, they don't have the food and the electricity, you'll see such a difference in your life. You won't even believe it yourself.
I think it's about, you don't know what you've got until you lose it. I think we see a lot around the world, and it makes us realize now, especially with education. I know in the morning sometimes we don't want to get up and go to school, but at the end of the day, we are so lucky to be able to come here and do what we do.
Yeah, it's so true. And I think it's good that we realize this, and that's why we do our charity drives.
Especially at a young age.
Exactly.
And I think,
and we. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
You go. Yeah. I think it helps us be more respectful and kind towards others as well, realizing what we've got, so that we want to help others have the same thing.
Yeah.
I think Judgemeadow as a school teaches that us as well, like since year 7 throughout year 11.
That's the first thing that we get told to us.
Literally.
Our ethos.
Yeah, and we learn about it a lot in our geography lessons as well.
Yeah.
Like the world and how it's ruining it, which leads me to the next point, all about our environment. So obviously, environment is a really key factor with our one living planet, because if we want to save it, we need to take care of the environment. If we want to preserve our world, then we need to fix up our environment, like climate change, which is one really big factor. And I think we all hear enough about climate change.
That was actually the topic for my English language, so it just shows how, it's like a big problem right now. Everyone's talking about
I think everyone's trying to raise awareness of it before it's too late. And when you think of one living planet, the first thing your brain goes to is the environment.
Yeah.
And I think at times we forget how important the environment is, because we think we're just kids, what can we actually do about it?
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm gonna be so real with everybody, there's so many ways. There are so many ways that we can actually save our planet. There's so many. Like no littering. It's the most easiest thing not to do.
Yeah.
Like if you've gotten like a wrapper off your whatever it is,
what you've
cookie
been eating
or whatever,
at lunch.
literally what you've been eating at lunch, just take it and put it in the bin. Our school has bins everywhere. They literally have bins everywhere and anywhere.
You don't have no excuse.
What difference is it going to make if it takes you 5 extra seconds to put a wrapper in a bin?
Just run to the bin, put it in the bin, and come back. It really doesn't take that long.
Even not even just things that we can do in school, just generally,
at home
recycle. We get given free recycling bags by the bin man. Come on, use it.
How much more do you want? Just use a recycling bag. And I think it says what you can put and what you can't put in there as well.
And I think it's also good that us as the younger generation, we realize that, because at the end of the day, we're the ones who are going to have to take over from what is happening right now.
Another event that our school actually did to help with environment and to teach the younger kids a lot more about it was our Clean Air Day. Yeah. I was a big part of Clean Air Day. I was there. I actually filmed my own podcast there. It was amazing. It was so much fun. You seen kids spray painting, learning so much about plants, learning about the world. It was amazing. It was so much fun. Like me personally, I didn't think it was going to be all fun, but when I went there and I actually it was so good.
They shut off the road.
Yeah.
It was just fun.
I remember I was spray painting that day, and in my head thinking it's not a big thing, but when you think about it later, what it's actually trying to teach you, I think it tells us a lot. And I think these things are recycling, littering, and we're doing it from now. It's about developing good habits now, so that it becomes normal to you to recycle. Don't put something that you shouldn't put in a non-recycling bin.
Yeah, 100%, because it doesn't take that long. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. Literally, just go put it in the bin. I think littering is one thing that if we all do, you'll see such a difference in our lives.
And I think littering and not wasting stuff leads on to our next topic, which is about wastage and what we kind of take for granted and how we shouldn't. So obviously, everyone drinks water in the day. You have to try and drink water. It's really important.
Stay hydrated, guys.
Yeah. But I think we take water for granted so much that to the point where you're going to fill up a whole glass, but in reality you only need half of it, and the other half is going to go down the drain.
100%. But I feel like even if you do fill up a cup of water, you drink half, just keep the rest to have later. If you don't want to put a coaster over the top, go put it in the fridge if you want cold water. You just don't waste the water. There are kids that are dying out there because they don't have water, and we are here taking it for granted.
Guys, we promise you, if you have water in the morning, at some point in the day, you're also going to need water again.
100%. Get a water bottle, fill up a water bottle, it'll last you the day. Honestly, the best thing ever.
And I think also when we talk about wastage, we talk about what we wear, what we eat, and
not even just stuff like that. Like even our education.
Our education is really important.
We're so lucky to live in a country where we get a free education. You know,
and that's why our school talks so much about not missing days.
And attendance is important.
Attendance,
we have the assembly every Friday so that we all know. Like that graph is stuck in our heads so well.
Don't waste time.
Basically,
the whole point of this is don't waste time, because time is such an important factor in your life.
I think we'll finish by just saying we only have one life.
We only do.
Don't spend it doing the right things. Don't waste your time. Build right habits, and things like social media, which I know it plays a big part in our daily life. Don't spend all your time on there. Learn about the real world.
Go out, do some gardening, go mow the lawn, or do something productive. Every little bit helps.
We know that sitting on your bed on social media for hours seems like the easiest option, but I think that if you go and do something, like you go and do some gardening, after you're going to feel so much better than you would than just
not
sitting
even
on your
just
bed.
like doing things that are productive, even meeting new people, having that sense of community that we talked about at the beginning.
So, and another thing of sense of community, without the podcast, I wouldn't have met Lamisa and Zainab. I wouldn't have met the other podcast people. But I guess that's one thing about Judgemeadow. It puts you in a group. It includes you in a lot of things that you never thought you would do. I didn't think I'd be sitting here last year. 3 years ago, if you looked at me in primary and you said to me, "Hibba, you're going to be in a podcast team," I would have thought you were joking.
We're given great
same.
opportunities. And not just podcasts.
A
like
lot of
ambassadors, stuff like that.
I think, that's a nice point to end on.
I think that's a good point to end on. Me too.
Okay, so thank you guys for watching.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.